A man convicted in the January 6th protests will be a keynote speaker for a Gillette political fundraiser. The Cheyenne high schooler who kicked a 61-yard field goal will play for the Wyoming Cowboys. And while other Bears are still active due to the warm weather, Grizzly 399 has gone to bed. We'll take a look at these stories and more today from Wyoming's largest news organization. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily. The Campbell County Republican Party is hosting a man who was convicted for his participation in the January 6th event as its guest speaker on the 3-year anniversary of the event. Political reporter Leo Wolfson says that on January 6, 2024, the party is hosting a fundraiser titled A January 6th Prisoner's Story with Coy Griffin as the keynote speaker.
He's a former New Mexico County Commissioner who is found guilty for trespassing during the January 6th event. And he's kind of been a face of this movement of January 6th people who are not expressing remorse for what they did.
Former Gillette state lawmaker and House Speaker Tom Lubnow says he's disappointed that the party has invited Griffin to the event. But Campbell County Republican Party committee woman Janet Mader said the party is bringing Griffin in as a way to hear both sides of the story about January 6th. Keln Anderson made national headlines when he nailed a Wyoming state record and nationwide best field goal September 22nd for Cheyenne South High School. Now Cowboy State Daily's Greg Johnson reports that fans will get to see a lot more of Anderson, who's committed to kick for the University of Wyoming as a preferred walk-on.
People will remember that Anderson booted a school record 61-yard field goal this last year, which at the time also was the nation's longest field goal. And who knows how far he's going to kick it during his years at UW, considering they play at 7,720 feet of elevation.
To put Anderson's monumental kick in perspective, it broke the previous state record by 4 yards, a record that stood for nearly 41 years. While two newcomers to the Evanston City Council aren't fans of a plan to build hundreds of new semi-truck parking spaces off I-90 near the city, many other city officials and locals are. Cowboy State Daily's Tracy Sullivan reports that the city has been in talks with WYDOT for quite some time, and the mayor and other leaders are glad to see the truck overflow project move forward.
When I-80 shuts down, that town, I guess, becomes completely overrun. There are trucks in the turn lane. There are trucks on the side roads. There are trucks everywhere. And the residents can't even get out to get a gallon of milk. And so they need those parking spaces to be able to relieve some of that congestion that is coming down into the middle of Evanston.
The Wyoming Department of Transportation plans to spend $33.3 million to build 365 new parking spaces in an effort to find a solution to the traffic congestion. I'll be back with more news right after this.
The weather is turning oh so frightful this time of year, but those excavation projects, they will persevere. I'm Jan Warren for One Call of Wyoming, here to remind you that no matter how big or how small your digging project is, contacting 811 2 full business days before you begin is required by state law. So stay safe unwrapping presents, not utility lines. From all of us at One Call of Wyoming, happy holidays.
The principal at Wheatland Middle School canceled scheduled public performances of the drama club's play The Bullying Collection last week, citing misalignment with school district values. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland reports that the students were told about the sudden cancellation right before opening night.
The drama teacher, Stephanie Ann Bradley, said that the kids were so disappointed and so let down to have 9 weeks of hard work canceled. She said that the principal canceled The Bullying Collection, the title of their play, over its supposedly promoting LGBTQ issues.
The play delves into intense themes and situations, including a class president memorializing a gay classmate who had killed himself. And a warm December has kept some Wyoming bears out late, but the most famous bear of all, Grizzly 399, along with her supersized cub, apparently went into hibernation at a sensible time. Outdoors reporter Mark Hines says that while some grizzlies might be popping in and out of their dens, 399 and her cub Spirit haven't been spotted in weeks.
Apparently, she's not among those bears that are still out and about. She did the sensible thing and went to bed on time.
Grizzly 399 usually hangs out around Grand Teton National Park. At 27 years old, 399 is of an advanced age for a grizzly. Few of the species live into their 30s. And that's today's news. You can get your free digital subscription to Wyoming's only statewide newspaper by hitting the subscribe button on CowboyStateDaily.com. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily.